Okay, I am back after a little bit of a hiatus. Um, we went for a holiday and then it was trick-or-treating and I've been working and yeah, so sadly I was not able to provide my, oh, they updated it. That is a first and that is awesome. Wow, you get to see it. So this is the first time I've seen this and that is like 100 times better than what they had. Maybe they were listening to me complain because before it was like lengthways across the screen and you were scrolling and you had to put the players over to the next slot before he could put them to the next one. It wasn't clean. Um, so let's discuss what actually happened first. I'll do a quick recap. So this was the encounter. Um and not quite where we left off because they journeyed down to the city of the dead um, first, but our intrepid heroes, after me finding this gorgeous map, I really wish I could find more maps like this because it's just big enough for an encounter, and it also gives you this sense of, where you are and things like that. Um, anyway, they were ambushed by some specters. There were some specific type. I can't. They were like there were specific soldier specters. One of the main ones, and then um, four others popped up, and I started attacking them. Sadly, my rolls were so bad that it was barely a threat. And in fact, I want to show you just how bad these rolls were. Um, yes. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, here you go. Look at that. 6, 15, 1, 17, 9, 9. And this was just happening the whole time. 3, 6, 17, 9. Oh, 17. That's the damage. 12, 1. It's just so bad. Look at this. 4, 3, 10, 8, 4, 9. 3, 4, 13. I don't even know what was happening. So I had to share that with everyone. Basically, that resulted in a more of a comical encounter as opposed to a dangerous encounter for these people. These creatures had they weren't just straight specters. They had this ability where they could do reckless attacks like barbarians, and it would give them an extra 2d6 necrotic damage if they hit. Obviously, the players got advantage if they struck them after doing a reckless attack, but I didn't hit a single person with it, like not a single time. So anyway, that was a disaster in my eyes. The players kind of liked it still because it was hilarious. So having gone down, this is the lay of the land at the moment. Let's just load. Basically, there's two rifts open, and there are currently one, two rifts closed. This one is an unknown, and this one is the. Actually, they kind of looked through this one, and I kind of closed it off. But this is the final confrontation in the city of the dead. So they came down here. This is where they got ambushed, and then they continued on to the city of the dead. And the final thing was the opening of the gates and walking in. So they'll be going into this crypt, which I have here. Um, and another beautiful map, like absolutely stunning. Um, so this will be them up here. I don't think I've enabled. Uh, it's kind of sometimes it's a bit hard to see if. Oh yeah, there you go. Cool. Let's reset that. Yeah. So basically, as they come in, I'll show them most of the map. I'll show them this, but I won't show them the areas that you can't naturally see, like behind here, bit behind here, behind this area. You know, the things like that, like behind this wall, just to make them a bit cautious and sort of, ooh, what's going on. They will be greeted by this ghost. Now, the fun thing about ghosts, so I was doing other things with rogues, which we'll go back to because I really want to. I need to homebrew a. I need to homebrew a rogue subclass because my the once Drut now Great Sax, as his character is named, um, is going to he wants to have a unique sort of flavor of character, so I'm going to try and homebrew something. I was going to do it with him, but the timing just never worked out, so I'll just make something and present it to him. So this is going to be the first encounter. I mean, ghosts aren't that strong, but they're very flavorful. So I'm gonna create a personality for this ghost. The ghost is going to be specifically looking for something, and the ghost will essentially, where is it? Yeah, this one. First thing is horrifying visage. So each non-dead creature within 60 feet of the ghost can see it, must succeed a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw, or be frightened for 1 minute. If this save fails by 5 or more, they age 1d4 times 10 years. Now, at higher level, it's very unlikely, but it will still be hilarious if they fail. The only one that'll really get badly affected is the Goliath, because I think he ages like a human. So 10 years isn't bad, but if he gets, 40 years, he might lose a strength point or two, or things, the normal scaling. Um, anyway, and then the other thing is the possession. Um, um, so one humanoid that the ghost can see within 5 feet of it must succeed a DC 13 Charisma saving throw or be possessed by the ghost. The ghost then disappears and the target is incapacitated and loses control of its body. The ghost now controls the body but doesn't deprive the target of awareness. The ghost can't be targeted by any attack, spell, or effect except ones that turn undead, and it retains its alignment, intelligence, wisdom, blah 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 blah. The possession lasts until the body drops to 0 hit points, and the ghost ends it as a bonus action, or the ghost is turned by force out by effect like Dispel Evil and Good. When the possession ends, the ghost reappears in an unoccupied space. The target is immune to the ghost possession for 24 hours. So, this isn't like oh, let's smash and take this guy. This guy is attached to this crypt. He's lost his loved ones. He's in search of his child, who obviously no longer exists and has died many years ago. He will attempt to take control of one of the characters, whoever comes up to the front. Because it's daytime, he's not actually going to be here. He's going to be in the actual. I'm going to put him in the crypt, and I'm going to have him float through the door as they try and open it. So the first person that, which will most likely be Esmeralda, the first person that is trying to open the door, he will come out and like possess. Um, he'll probably say something about his darling daughter. Um, what can we name her? I mean, there's lots of good kids' names. Artemis, um, uh, olden day kids' names. Uh, that aren't Liam. Um, Birdie. Eleanor Rigby. Um, Hattie. Oh, my dearest Hattie. Lucille. Okay, that's a good name. Um, okay, so he'll be looking for his daughter Lucille. Let's get. Oh, that's a super surprise that I found. I found. I've been. Sorry for jumping everywhere, but I found one of the coolest end bosses of all time for this game, and that's what I'm who's they're gonna. That's basically who V has gotten his powers from. So this is this guy. I might as well reveal him. Uh, Darugathoth, I think it is, the Creeping Doom. Um, he's like a, I mean, he's just uber tough. He's got 1,282 hit points. Um, he's a Dracolich, which is what I've been wanting this whole time because the idea is for the overarching story, um, which they've just seen the very first part of, which is the alchemist is wearing the green dragon mask that is used to summon Tiamat. So once you get all 5 masks, you perform a ceremony, Tiamat comes out. So his idea is to get those 5 masks of the chromatic dragons, and as Tiamat is being summoned, he's going to try and take over her. He's basically going to try and swap places with her as she's being summoned, and put her in his requillery, like his little his gem, and take over her realm and her physical form, obviously. So he's um, this guy is basically sending messages to V, and the first message was first message was learn, gain power, and now he's sixth level, and they've come in contact with the alchemist a couple times, and they see that he's a little green dragon dude. Um, V got a message, um, bring me the mask. Doesn't understand what it is. He doesn't know that the alchemist is actually wearing a mask, and that actually won't be revealed until they kill the alchemist. But once they do, and he touches the mask, this guy will come back, and every time he sees this like immense dragon head in his vision. Now he doesn't actually see the Dracolich. He just sees then Creeping Doom is actually a black dragon. But see, the thing that I really like about this, and it was the thing that I was going for, that I never actually knew, is see he's been researching all of the breath weapons, including a few that he made his own. I love melting bones. It's such an awesome ability. So basically, like uh, he begins to vibrate the whole body of every creature within 50 feet. Provided a creature has bones, it must make a DC 32 Constitution saving throw, or have their bones turned to mush and be reduced to a mound of flesh. The creature affected by the spell gains a new movement speed of 5 feet and is able to speak but can't take any other action. Only a wish spell can reverse the effects of melting bones. So it just makes me laugh. Um, so yeah, basically they're going to fight. Well, I don't know if they're going to fight this guy. It depends on what they decide to do with their characters. They may become, they may be happy to be servants of him by the end if they become evil enough. Um, but I found the character anyway. Um, so, sorry, this is someone's homebrew that they made this. I found this on a forum. I think it's this one. Yes. Yeah. So this is like a little homebrew um, uh, guy. I love this flame ferret. This is like a whole thread of just homebrew stuff. Um, that looks cool. So I thought I'd keep it up and just show everyone, just in case you need some ideas or you find some cool stuff in here and it generates a cool storyline. Um, yeah, I quite like it. And I've been going through it a little bit and just looking through, yeah, just looking through and seeing stuff that I like in here. Anyway, back to the ghost. So these are the creatures that they're going to fight in this upcoming episode, and they're basically incredibly tough. So uh, it's designed to be for them to fail unless they do really well. Because I want the next gate to open. Not to go backwards, but I want this next gate to open because if it opens, it'll create this massive triangle. They've been trying to get 3 gates open so they can create a triangle. And once they create a triangle, that whole section of Waterdeep is going to just just fall into limbo and dissolve into the various elements. Once they once that happens, then they're going to go into the stone statues, which is something I have to find out what the stats are. I did see some stats for stone statues once, but I don't know. I might just homebrew it, or I might look at someone else's homebrew, or just play it by ear. I'm not sure, but that's the idea. So everyone will have their own statue. They'll go through the this giant portal, um, and as soon as they come through the other side, they'll be in limbo. They won't know that, but there'll be a huge cylinder going all the way down. So you can't see it from the outside, but as soon as you step through the barrier of the portal, there'll be a huge cylinder of earth. And for those who don't know what Limbo does, basically you have people who exert their will over Limbo, and that allows them to create pockets of normality within the Limbo sphere. So there'll be some very powerful devils holding large crystalline structures as focuses and creating this giant tube, which will be joined to another portal on the other end to bring through all the devils. And they'll travel up this sphere and then come out. And so this tube of Earth, which will have gravity on all sides, um, will be used to transport the devils from the Hell realms up through Limbo and then out onto the Prime Material plane. So the players will be running their giant statues down this tube. They can run any direction they want, um, and they'll be running down, trying to turn off this portal at the bottom. Along the way, they can smash some of these yellow crystals, which will be held, which will there'll be like a series of powerful demons focusing on these crystals to keep this structure in place. And so as they destroy those people, um, sections of this tube that's being held together by their will dissolve back into limbo space, which is just an amorphous blobus thing. Um, and so slowly, if they keep doing that, they'll be breaking apart this tube um, and this delivery system of these devils, um, which will ultimately lead, um, if I can do it correctly, um, to this map, which will be the final map for the Alchemist arc. Um, so this will be sections of the tube that are left just floating with these crystals in it um, that were used as focuses and still giving power and allowing these sections to hold together. Um, and the characters will be out of their statues by now. I'm going to try and destroy the statues as they're running. So arms will get broken off, legs, chests. They'll slowly get destroyed until the characters have to get out of the statues and find the alchemist in this map. He'll be fighting them. He'll be throwing a few demons at them, probably not many. And then finally they'll kill him. Um, he'll pretty much immediately turn to dust, and they'll take his mask, and then they have to escape Limbo, which will probably just be Jadis, who is the owner of the Black Tower, um, teleporting them back, or plane shifting them back. Um, with the destruction of the tube and the killing of the alchemist, the plan is foiled. The demons go back into hell, and the portal seals back up. But there'll just be a large swath of, of this whole area will just be blank earth again, and there'll be nothing grown, nothing on it. It'll just be dirt. Um, so that's the ultimate. That's where we're headed. We're almost there. We're just in the city of the dead. Um, this is the final fight into this map. Um, so this is the final fight. They're going to come down here. There's a great pit trap here. There's a poison thing here. There's another cloud trap here. Hopefully I've written these down and not just made stuff up in my head. Oh yeah, here, cool. I'm very organized. I'm not used to being this organized. This is the one thing I love about these live streams is that they make me organized. Even if no one listens, they actually make me organized, and I have to. Uh, yeah, it makes me organize my thoughts and work out exactly what I'm going to do. Um, so anyway, so they'll fight some undead here. Um, do I have? Oh yeah, here. It's very hard to see on this map, unfortunately. Well, I mean, on the outside of the map, but I've got like a cool little samurai dude here, who's the main, who's the main undead guy. And he's currently in here. His skeletal warriors are here, and there's a shambling mound here, which will lead them down to here. Now, I'm hoping they go this way. Um, this dude needs to be shrunk down a bit. So these guys are way too big. That's the alchemist there. Not sure what that is. Oh, that's the chain devil. That's right. Yeah, unfortunately, when you're working on small, I'm kind of stuck with the maps that I find because I'm not. A, I don't have time to make awesome maps, and B, uh, there's a lot of awesome maps already made. Well, so when I find a map, it's kind of you have to fit it to purpose. I would much rather have this area a little bit bigger, maybe another section here, so they can have a secondary fight. I could almost move it here. Anyway, but, they need to go in here. So basically, this guy is here because Drat wants to die. And what he's going to be fighting is this guy, which is the Ultraloth. Um, no, he's not undead, he's a fiend. And, um, Ultraloth, this guy. It's basically super tough. Um, he's not like hugely tough. He could be taken down, and he might be, but I really think this firestorm with Wall of Fire is just going to kill Drut. That's the whole plan anyway. So basically, I'm going to form a ring of fire with this Wall of Fire. I got drowned in the burning ring of fire. Um, And it's going to be a 20-foot diameter, 20 feet high, just like solid wall, just burning in on him. Um, and then just cast Firestorm in there, which does 70-10. This does 5d8 damage per round. So, see, this is the problem. I don't really have, like, I would love this to be twice as big, so you get that huge burning ring of fire. Um, I wonder if you could put him here, but this is so out of the way. I don't actually think, that's going to. This is definitely not enough space. You could just put panels of fire around him like that, because the pretty sure wall of fire you just get make a wall up to 60 feet long, 20 feet high, and 1 foot thick, or a ringed wall. Okay, so yeah, you can't choose. It's not like this firestorm where you can just put 10-foot cubes everywhere. Um, mm, we'll see how that goes. I don't know. Almost makes me want to change the whole map just based on that one action. Um, it's very hard to find a map though that's this good quality. I know people are probably shouting at me, "No, there's heaps," but it's it's the it's the mixture is what is really important. It's the traveling through tunnels, coming to chambers, and not having too many craziness. Like there's not enough that much craziness here. Um, that's what I don't want. I want this to be a quick search, but not too easy. So there are a few paths that you can take that take you a bit longer. It'll send you down into some crypts. You know, it's a good mix of like interest and difficulty. If only these chambers were just a little bigger to give you a bit more fighting room. This one and this one, but that's okay. We'll make do. I do have to bring the characters in here. Put them from here. Uh, I've never actually done this before. I wonder if it'll let you just. Oh, there you go. And they're still individual. That's really cool. Okay. Well, that's good. Yeah, and they're still controlled by the characters. So basically, they're going to come down here. Um, they're going to find this little sort of chamber, which is just it's 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 basically just a god. Um, as you come down, they'll get in here. There'll be some offerings. Um, through here, there'll be some priestly garb and ceremonial stuff. And then as they walk around, they'll they'll find this chamber, which will be decorated in warrior armor and warrior. It'll be warrior themed. It'll basically be most of this place will be. It'll be this is a tomb of soldiers um, that fought in a long forgotten war. Um, and these ones are the ones that uh, have become undead. The rest of them are just going to be skeletons and stuff like that. The the central chamber here is where the fight will take place with this chain devil, which is another awesome. This guy here, chain devil. He looks a bit silly, if I can say so. It looks a bit silly. Um, I think there's an actual image of him here, and maybe it's just me, but that just looks a bit. I don't know. It just looks a bit silly. Um, but basically, what he can do is animate chains. So he'll drop some chains and animate four chains, and those chains will go and wrap around the characters and try and incapacitate them, restrain them. I mean, so the chain will like slither out like a snake, wrap around it, um, and it's basically delay tactics to finish this spell, which only has one round, and then come over here and start and finish this spell, which will take 5 rounds. Once that's done, um, yeah, that'll be this chamber will start filling with magma, and these guys will have to book it out of here, and that will lead to the third and final thing, and then they'll have to go through, and that's where we're going to Limbo and stuff like that. So let's work on what area do I want to work on? I think I think Great Sax is probably something we need to work on. Campaign. Um, oh, he hasn't actually sent me his new character, which is kind of annoying. I know he emailed it to me as PDF, but it's not very useful. Um, anyway, let's go back. We'll go to players, classes, I mean, rogues. And so what he's told me of his character is he's kind of braggadocious, and he can also back it up a bit. So he liked this initial assassin trait, this one. Yeah, it does this when you get the drop on enemies, you get advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken its turn yet in combat. In addition, any hit score against a creature that is surprised is a critical hit. I mean, it's a pretty cool ability. Um, but I'm trying to think of what else would go with this guy. I think some sort of swashbuckler thing would work. Let's look for the swashbuckler. Soul knife is just such a cool thing. Um, See, like this is sort of how he wanted his character. He probably, so you add your charisma modifier to your initiative rolls, and this is you don't need advantage on your attack roll to use your sneak attack if no other creature is other than your target is within 5 feet of you. I mean that's so tough. It's basically yeah. I might suggest this one because I really think this is a better. I think that that is a better fit for his character than assassination. Because he's gonna have a Cockney accent and he's gonna talk, well, not Cockney, but like London, and he's gonna be like, oh, I've done that before, and I've done this, and I've opened that door just like this. You watch it. Well, that doesn't look like much, mate. I'm just gonna fuck that up. So that sort of idea. Um, so let's just get rid of all this stuff so I don't get too confused. Let's get rid of everything except the swashbuckler. Why is what's this one? Oh, okay. There's two swashbucklers. I wonder if they're exactly the same. I'm assuming they're the same. Yeah, they are. You also get an additional way to use your sneak attack. You don't need advantage on attack rolls using it. That was just a bit easier written. This is panache. Okay. Charm becomes a storm going. As an action, you can make a charisma persuasion check, contested by the creature's wisdom check. The creature must be able to hear you. If you see it on the check and the creature is hostile to you, it has disadvantage on attack rolls against targets other than you. It's pretty cool. I mean, bonus action on your turn to gain advantage on the next dexterity, acrobatics, strength, athletics check. I mean, these are awesome. I'm hesitant to do a homebrew for one because it will take a long time, and it's not. that useful. Hmm. Yeah, I think I'll be strongly suggesting that he choose this one because I think it fits the best with what his character is. Let's have a look at Soul Knife. I really love Soul Knife, just as a like. But I mean, I don't know if it fits his character. That's pretty good. What is this talent die? It'd be nice if it told me what it was. Ah, here you go. Harbor a wellspring of sonic power within yourself, and the energy ebbs and flows as you channel it. Vary. The power is represented by your sonic talent die. Star size is just a D6. That's insane. As a bonus action, you can restore your sonic talent die once. That's like a ridiculous skill. When your non-sonic training fails, you can tap into your sonic power to help. If you fail an ability check using a skill or tool with which you have proficiency, you can roll your psionic talent die and add the number rolled to the check. It's like insane. I mean, it's so powerful. Where is Solno from? Aneth Karma. I mean, I honestly don't mind him using it. It is just ability checks, so it's like lock picks and stuff. Um, there's no expression use homing strike, main attack roll. Yeah, I'm gonna suggest he. It's pretty cool. I'm just gonna recommend him to look at this. Subclasses, great sex, swashbuckler, or just to give him some idea, because like I mean, there's so many cool ones, but like, and so many I don't even know. Like, what's Phantom? Uh, yeah, it's pretty cool, but yeah, it's not really what his character is. It's inquisitive. Um, it's not bad, but it's not amazing. Anyway, I think I've sorted that out. I think Soul Knife or Swashbuckler will be the best. Will be the best for him. Now, what else am I doing today to get ready? Because I feel incredibly ready for the next one because we didn't really, yeah, we didn't really get to go. I mean, sorry, we didn't really get to. We haven't played in the last 2 weeks, so I kind of over prepared for that. Um, let's see what else I want to talk about. I mean, just in case I haven't shown this, this is an awesome large map of all of Faerun. Uh, and basically is what I'll be using for everyone to sort of wander through. Um, I want them to like sort of journey as around as much as they can I think it'll be awesome. Uh, like even just like I would love for them to get to this sea and just sail around this sea. It'd be just so cool. Dragonmere. Have some pirate battles, discover some places over here. Yeah, I love this large scale travel, and it's kind of what's pushing me away from doing the more pushing me away from doing what originally was thinking, which was like a space flight one, like a Spelljammer. Because Spelljammer's cool, but you kind of end up just going to another place, and you just end up going to another. There's so much diversity here. There's no need to like fly off to another place to have diversity again. Um, so I really think uh, once they finish with Waterdeep, I think they're going to go into the High Forest, and I'm going to make a. Esmeralda has a statue that she got that's of a unicorn, but it's a real unicorn trapped in as a statue. It's obviously been shrunk, um, and I think that's where they're gonna go. And that's where they're gonna go and find the unicorns in the High Forest. So I'll have to research the High Forest and find some cool maps of forests and stuff like that. But that'll be for a much later time. I think we've got, well, not that late to be honest. We've probably got. This could take 2 sessions, maybe. Like this and this takes 2 sessions, and then there'll be another session where they get told about the statues. This giant rift opens up. They have to decide what they're gonna do. Because it's entirely possible that these guys just go, F this, I'm not going into that rift, and just cruise off and run away from Waterdeep. In which case, demons will pour out, and they'll have demons encompassing the land, collecting people.